Welcome, everyone, and welcome to today's live coverage of the match between Barcelona and Dynamo de Kiev, a match in which Barcelona has to basically win if they want to keep in the Champions League. So far, not the best Champions League for Barcelona. I'm here this time with my partner in crime after a little bit of being disconnected, Oliver Domínguez. How are you, Oliver?
Hello, I'm very good and hopeful tonight. Hopeful because I think Barcelona will snatch a win. Probably a narrow one, but I have that feeling it's probably going to be a 1-2 game or something like that.
Yeah, so right now I think Stan, just to put you in a little bit of context, Bayern Munich are at the top of the group of the Champions League as we all expected them to be, with 9 points and 12 goals in difference in favor. Benfica is in second with 4 points, -1 in goal difference, and Barcelona with 3 points, just 1 point behind Benfica and -5. So if somehow Bayern Munich, as expected, wins against Benfica and Barcelona wins this match, Barca could actually go up into the second position and will actually be very benefited by having Bayern Munich in the same group. Just very quickly before actually the game starts, because I think already both teams are already on the pitch. We'll go through very quickly the lineups. If you want, Oliver, please do me the honors and tell us the starting 11 for Barcelona. You have them at the bottom of the screen.
hmm Uh, Barcelona. 1 second. We have Ter Stegen, Mingueza, Lenglet. That's a surprise. Eric,
Yep.
Alba, Nico Gonzalez, Busquets de Jong, Fati Depay, and Gabi. Probably Gabi playing at the wing, no?
Yeah. What would
And
you think? A 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1?
I'm assuming it can switch, it can be fluid. But probably we will start with 4-3-3 with Gabi kind of falling on the wing. But if it's the left wing, probably he will go towards the inside and some sort of inside forward, helping the midfield and leaving that whole lane to Jordi Alba.
Yep. Well, as we all know, a lot of injuries for Barcelona. Unfortunately, Kun Agüero isn't available after having some heart problems. So let's hope that it's all well for him. But on the
Mhm.
substitute side for Barcelona, Neta and Peña in the goalkeepers. This Araujo, Balde, and Umtiti for the defense. Puig, Coutinho, and Sanz. I'm not quite sure. I believe Sanz is a young player, a youngster of La Masia.
Yeah.
Demir, De Jong, and Dembele for the attack. So yeah, right now the match has already started. Barcelona has just kicked off. Right now it's Barcelona that have the ball. If they quickly go over back to Lenglet, I think a defender that not a lot of people were actually expecting to see today, right, Oliver?
Exactly, that's probably the big surprise today because he barely has played this season, and probably physical problems of PK and Araujo may cause this because the other option is probably even worse, that is Umtiti, you know.
Yeah,
But
of course.
yeah, I suppose it was on the cards for this one, but of course his role in the season this year has been at least uh, what we call residual, like a bit of
Yep.
external.
Yep. Right now it's Langley once again that has the ball. He passes over to Eddie Garcia. And also a quick reminder for everyone: if you want to know everything more about Barcelona, please be sure to check out blaugranagram.com
Mhm.
and please submit your questions and your comments. We'll go through them as the stream goes on. And well, the second match for Sergi Barjuan at the head of the first team of Barcelona. This may be one of his just a few matches because, as Blaugranagram has reported, Xavi is apparently on his way to Barcelona, and a few actually of the main profiles of FC Barcelona can actually be on their way to Qatar after
Mhm.
this match. We'll see how that develops. Right now, we'll focus just on the match. So, just a quick note outside of the pitch. Right now, Barcelona have the first throw-in for their cause. I think Barcelona tried to play through the wings mainly. Right now it's Longley who plays it over to Eddie Garcia, and now Garcia opens it up all the way over to Gavi, who is actually playing as a right winger. Now he has to play it back. As Dynamo Kiev understands that Barcelona is a team in need, and they're just simply going to wait for the culés to get to a certain point up the pitch, and then just try to apply a lot of pressure. Because as of now, the whole team of Dynamo Kiev is inside of their own half. They're not really getting in the face of both Longley and Garcia. They're just awaiting basically where Nico and Busquets are.
The thing is that the Ukrainians came into this group with very little hopes, very little expectations. Because in theory, of course, Bayern and Barcelona are much better, and also Benfica should have been should be very much superior in that hypothetical struggle for the third spot. So pressures off for them has always been, and given the fact that all pressure is on Barcelona's shoulders, they might feel comfortable in this situation and just will just wait and see what Barcelona can do. And if they get nervous, and they can sort of strike back in the counter.
I'm sorry, but right now it's Memphis Depay who takes a shot after he somehow found the ball inside of the box of Dynamo Kyiv. He connected somehow with Ansu Fati inside of a sea of legs. He connected with a young number 10 of Barcelona, and then he took a shot. Right now it's once again Memphis inside of the box. He controls the ball, but this time it's Sharapenko who uses his physicality against the Dutch attacker, and then just allows the ball to get out of the pitch. Ansu Fati almost had a shot off, but I think it's Kyiv who somehow slid in between the goal and the ball. So first, clear action for Barcelona. I'm sorry to cut off you like that, Oliver, but as it does seem, it will be Ansu Fati and Memphis, the players called upon by Sergi Barjuan to actually make a difference on the attack.
Yeah, they probably are the ones who need to lead the offensive charges.
So as you were saying, possibly Dynamo Kyiv understand their situation. They know that they won't probably go on to the next phase of the Champions League, and they'll be comfortable if they can just hold on to a hypothetical draw or even a win in the counter-attack against Barcelona. But certainly Dynamo Kyiv won't be one of those teams that will actually be looking to have the bulk of the possession, but rather just make really uncomfortable the match for the Culés, and then every time they can go up into the attack as quickly as they can, and then just see if they can actually gain something from this sort of play style. Because we all know that Dynamo Kyiv doesn't have the big stars that it might have had in the past. But nevertheless, they are a solid team. Let's see how it plays out for both teams. Right now, it's once again Barcelona that has the ball, this time with Lenglet. Lenglet with a long pass looking for, I think it was Gavi. Nevertheless, Bushan just had to catch the ball inside of his own box. And now he has the ball and he's asking for his teammates to move. Right now, Barcelona trying to apply a little bit of pressure. This time it's Sabarni. Sabarni plays it over to the left, to the right to Kyiv. Kyiv moving up the pitch. Now he was almost finding Zigankov, but I think Jordi Alba had a little bit of a touch in it, and it will be a throw-in. So Barcelona, I think Oliver will be trying to play through the wing, trying to open up as much space for Memphis Depay in the middle, and then Ansu Fati also such an important target for Barcelona at the moment.
Yes, and it's going to be hard to play the wings without any proper specialist to do so, because even Serginho Dest is out of the picture now. But it's the only solution probably. You cannot open up that defense with like two lines of four men, only going through the center or like playing between lines on the inside. So you definitely need probably Jordi Alba is the one taking that role on the left side, and Lexi on the right one. But you definitely need to open up the pitch.
Yep. Right now, it's once again Dynamo Kyiv that had the ball, but Bushan simply decided to get the ball away as far away as possible. Right now, it's Lenglet, and Lenglet plays it back to his goalkeeper, Marc-André ter Stegen. And now with the first touch, he looks over to Eddie Garcia. Garcia not really being pressured. He finds Memphis in between the lines. Now he is being pressured, and he almost loses the ball, and he does after Carlos de Peña had a little bit of a touch on it. And now it's Shaparenko who's going to the attack. He's being pressured by Gavi. Shaparenko holds him off really well. He plays it over to Sidorchuk. Sidorchuk now has to play it over to Sabarni. Sabarni right now has a little bit of a pocket of space, and he opens the ball left to the left with Carlos de Peña, and now Karavev, and now a low cross. I think he was looking for Garmash, but nevertheless it didn't really reach any of his teammates because Sergio Busquets simply had to kick the ball out of any danger of the box of Barcelona. Right now, they take a quick throw in Dynamo Kyiv. It's Carlos Peña who keeps the ball alive. Now he plays it back to Karaev. I'm sorry, with Shaparenko. Shaparenko has to play it back all the way to his goalkeeper. And now Bushan, once again, in a little bit of a desperation mode, kicks it away. And now it almost seems that Dynamo Kyiv had a little bit of a counterattack. through, I believe it's Bujalski. Nevertheless, it is deemed offside. I think it was just like a clearance by Bushan, but he almost found one of his teammates in a good position. I think it was Carlos Peña who had a little touch on it with his head and then played on to Bushan, to Bujalski, I'm sorry. And right now it is a ball for Barcelona after a series of touches by Dynamo Kyiv that ended in an offside call. Right now, it's
we must say also that Dynamo Kyiv is a side that is well coached by a very experienced manager. It's Mircea Lucescu, a Romanian. If I remember correctly, he was also at Shakhtar at some point, and he is very experienced with these teams. He knows well the Champions League. He's been there for over 20 years, and his teams are usually tough. And he reads well the matches. So let's see, because probably Sergi Barjuan doesn't have that experience, and if it comes out to that, it might be complicated.
Yeah, let's hope that Sergi Barjuan isn't actually too demanded during this match. Right now, the first foul of the match, I think it was Frenkie de Jong who received it. I think it's Garmash who was just holding him back, trying to slow him down a bit in his dribble, and it will be a foul for Barcelona. As you were saying, probably Barcelona will be looking to attack through the wings. It may be difficult for the Culés because they don't have really a winger right now, except Ansu Fati. Right now, it's actually Gavi who has a little bit of a touch on the ball. He plays it over to Memphis. Memphis inside of the box. He's being dispossessed and almost found its way to Ansu Fati. And once again, Dynamo Kyiv simply try to get the ball away as quickly as possible. This time it's Sergio Busquets who intercepts it. Now he's trying to look, and he does find Jordi Alba. And now Jordi Alba finds, once again, Memphis Depay, who's inside of the box. He's just on the edge of the box, awaiting. He finds now Ansu Fati inside. A good shot, but this time it's, I think, Sabarni who gets in the way. Once again, Busquets intercepts it and plays it back to Jordi Alba, and he in turn plays it back to the center back, Clément Lenglet. So 2 opportunities for Barcelona so far, both through Memphis Depay and Ansu Fati. And I was just going to say, it is a little bit difficult for Barcelona to actually play through the wings, having Gavi, who isn't a natural winger. But let's remember that Ousmane Dembélé is back on the bench for Barcelona. Right now, I think another foul, this time by Shaparenko against Nico Gonzalez, the young revelation who played extremely well last time against Rayo Vallecano. And I think it's well deserved for the youngster to actually have minutes in this match in the Champions League. I'm not sure if you agree with me, Oliver.
Totally, right behind that. One of the few positives you can snatch out of this situation Barcelona is in is probably this new exciting young players that probably would be in the B team now, and now they're playing Champions League because of the situation, and they're having a lot of opportunities, and that may end up being a very good thing for the first team in the long run, and you may have like top midfielders for the next 10 or 12 years.
Yeah, so let's absolutely. Hope for that. Yeah, absolutely. I think this is really critical for them. For Nico to actually have these kind of minutes in play. Right now, it's a cross by Memphis Depay after that foul, but Bushan simply had to really just catch it really well. Right now, it's Dynamo Kyiv who are trying to go into the counterattack with Garmash. Garmash tried to play it, I think, over to Carlos Peña, but then he just loses the possession, and right now it's at the feet of Marc-André ter Stegen. Not a good sequence going to the counterattack by Dynamo Kyiv. Nevertheless, Barcelona did resolve it really, really well. I was just going to say, Oliver, I'm not quite sure what the temperature is at Kyiv at the moment, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a really cold night. I'm not sure if you know, but it should be a really cold a night for the match. Let's hope that that doesn't have a real impact on the match. But I just think I saw Garmash, who had his nose really, really red. I'm not sure if it was Garmash or a midfielder of Dynamo Kyiv, but one of them had just the reddest nose I think I've seen in quite a few years. Right now, it's Dynamo Kyiv who has the ball once again. This time it's Karaev. He plays it back over to Sirota. Now he's being pressured by Gavi, but he gets away well from the pressure. This time, once again, Karaev gets away from Gavi. Now they play over back to Bushan. Bushan opens up the pitch over to Ketsiola, and he was being pressured a little bit by Jordi Alba. I think it had a little bit of a deflection on Jordi, and it will be a throw-in for Dynamo Kyiv.
It's about 8 degrees now. 8 degrees Celsius in Kyiv.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So I'm sure it's going to be just a freezing night. Right now, actually, I think we have an update on one of the other matches of the Champions League. I know you're here just for Barcelona, but right now, Manchester United is losing against Atalanta. Right now, it's also a very close call for, well, in that group, because I think three teams could actually go up to the first position after this match day. So another interesting story this time in the Champions League. Right now, once again, it's Dynamo Kyiv who have the ball, and they're trying to look for, I think it was Garmash, but he was offside. So I was just going to say, Oliver, so the first 10 minutes of the match have been played. And I think Barcelona do have control, but I think it's also one of those cases in which they should score in one of these clear options, because if not, they can actually live to regret all these missed opportunities.
Yes, because well, so far, luckily for Barcelona, I don't think the Kiev defense is too safe, especially with the ball and with they have to like clear it away. Or there's been a couple of moments where they hesitated and Barcelona ended up having good shots. They managed to block those shots, that's true, but they weren't really efficient at doing their job, and that's of course a good thing. But you have to make the most of those chances because eventually you may regret otherwise. You were mentioning the Manchester United game. I think that was a game that everyone thought, or that is a game that everyone thought there's going to be many, many goals in that one. At least, at the very least, 3, 4 goals. Two teams that play offensively. I think in Manchester it was 3-2 already, and probably one entertaining piece of a game.
Yep. Just a quick update on that actually group after this quick. It was a cross, I think, but this time by Dynamo Kiev. Nevertheless,
Mhm.
Jordi Alba handled it really well. Barcelona tried to go into the counterattack through Ansu Fati and Frenkie de Jong. Ansu cuts back into the middle. He's looking for one of his options. Now he opens up the pitch all the way to the right with Gavi. Gavi has the option of Oscar Mingueza, and he does take it to the right. He'll be looking for a cross. He decides to go back once again over to Nico Gonzalez. Now Nico takes the support of Longley. Now, once again, Jordi Alba on the left. And right now, I think any sort of surprise counterattack by Barcelona has obviously vanished away. Once again, it's Ansu Fati, and once again, he has to play it back to the French defender. I was just going to say right now, I think stand actually in the group of Manchester United and Atalanta. Atalanta is in first with 7 points, and Manchester United is in second with 6 points. So, yeah, and also a match and a group to keep an eye on, as well as Barcelona's, because both groups could actually take a turn for the worst or for the better in just the following two matches of the Champions League.
Let's hope that for the better in case of Barcelona, because anything that is not a win tonight, it can
It's
be
just a death
critical.
sentence, basically.
Yeah, it's critical for Barcelona.
Right now, it's once again Barcelona that have the ball. This time it's Oscar Mingueza, and he plays it somehow without even looking to Nico. Nico opens it up really well for Memphis. Now, once again, Nico, he plays it over to Gavi on his right. Gavi with a good cross, but Bushan has a little bit of a touch in it. It almost fell to the feet of Jordi Alba. Nevertheless, it was to the back of his foot. Right now, it's once again Dynamo Kyiv who are trying to go through the counter attack with Garmash. Now Garmash plays it back to one of his defenders who was trying to accompany him. And now it seems as if also any sort of counter attack has vanished for Dynamo Kyiv. So also the first clear intervention by Bushan, having a little bit of touch on that cross and not really even letting it fall to second play for Jordi Alba. So Bushan also for all those that didn't actually watch or don't really remember the first match between Barcelona and Dynamo Kyiv, Bushan had quite a few saves and critical ones for his team. Let's see if he can also have that kind of impact on this match. Right now, Dynamo Kyiv, who once again try to go into the counterattack with Bujalski, but he's outpaced by Eddie Garcia, something that you don't see quite that often. Right now, it's Marcandetti Singing who is being pressured. He gets it away with his left foot. Right now, it's Ansu Fati who is trying to cover it. Now he loses the ball, but it falls to the feet of Jordi Alba on the left. Now it's Nico Gonzalez who opens up the pitch to the right of Mingueza. And right now, Dynamo Kyiv are slowly getting back to their positions of just defending, and Barcelona are once again trying to build up all the way from the back. So far, I think a solid match by everyone on the Barcelona side, right? Oliver, well, except Ansu Fati could have had a little bit of a better touch on both chances as well of Memphis, but so far no clear howlers or no clear mistakes.
Exactly. I think you can sense the tension. The team is trying not to make any mistakes, and of course that's good defensively. but that sometimes cripples your creativity in defensive end. And I think Depay and so may feel a bit that way, knowing especially they are like the stars of the team, especially today that you have like I think it was 40 something % of the players injured.
Yep. Right now, actually, as we were talking about that, Barcelona actually got into the counter-attacking mode, but this time I think it was Sirota who tripped up Memphis, was basically just in the middle of the field. He was trying to turn and play on Ansu Fati, but he was fouled, and now he was asking for the yellow card against Sirota. Nevertheless, I don't think actually the referee accepted to it, and so it won't be a yellow card. It will just be a simple foul. And I think it was a good opportunity for Barcelona. They were in the midfield. I'll give you
Yeah.
that. But I think it was a good opportunity for Barcelona to actually go into the counterattack and exploit those open areas behind the defense. Right now, it's
It
once
was a
again
good steal
Barcelona.
by Lenglet, and he started the counter attack himself. He passed it to Memphis, and if Memphis would have turned at that point, it could have been a 3-on-2 for Barcelona with plenty of meters to run. While counting one of the three Barca players, Lenglet himself, but still
Absolutely.
an advantageous position.
Absolutely. Right now, it's once again Barcelona that has the ball through Longley. Longley with a overhead the pass, over the head pass, looking for Nico. It was just a little bit inaccurate and will be a goal kick for Bushan. Actually, I'm not sure if you can actually see the same thing right now, Oliver, but it is raining in Kyiv. So add to those 8 degrees Celsius, a little bit of rain to it. So it will be an
Yeah,
even colder night in Kyiv at the moment. Let's hope that
lovely
it's
evening, isn't it?
yeah, and we're just 20 minutes in the match. Right now, it's Eddie Garcia who fouls one of the players. I think it's Carlos Peña. It was a very strong tackle. I'm not sure if it will be a yellow card against Eddie Garcia. I'm not sure. It did seem a little bit of a harsh tackle. We'll have to see if VAR doesn't intervene because it was a little bit of a harsh tackle by the young defender. He just put his cleat in front. Oh, I'm not. No, looking back at the replay, I don't think he even touched Carlos Peña. He looked as if he did. I'm not sure, Oliver. Do you see anything that can actually point us to a foul or to a contact?
I wouldn't. No, maybe he goes with the kind
With
of
the cleats?
sole of the with the plant of the feet, but maybe probably that's what it's calling, but otherwise it's probably not even a foul, or maybe just a foul, but kind of fighting for the ball. I don't see much more to be honest. Probably that's the thing, like he doesn't go. He goes with like the sole of the feet, or the boot, that can be quite harmful. But other than
Yeah.
that, honestly, it's impunable.
Yeah, I think if he had a little bit of contact on him, it would have been a direct red card because he
Probably.
did go into it really with a lot of speed and a lot of strength, but he didn't really have much contact on it. Probably just the intention behind it was the reason why the referee gave the yellow card. But so far, 20 minutes of the match have been played. Barcelona are dominating the match so far. Looking over to the stats, it's 60% possession for Barcelona against just 40 of Dynamo Kiev. And so far, I don't think any shots, or well, obviously no shots on target, but no shots at all by Dynamo so far in this match. And Barcelona have had just 2 or 3, I think, but both of them have been blocked. And Bushan just had a little bit of a touch on it on the second one. Right now, it's Ansu Fati was found with a long pass by Eddie Garcia. Now he plays it back over to the middle of the field, and now it's a good shot by Busquets just on the edge of the box. I think it was a good intention, good idea behind it. Nevertheless, it was just a way off the target. A good pass by Eddie Garcia. I think just like a 50-meter pass over to Ansu Fati, who controlled it really well and then played it behind. And almost a good opportunity for Busquets had he had a little bit of more accuracy.
It was a good decision to shoot, to try. It's good for Barcelona to try as well, shooting from outside the box, because there's this thing that then you force the defense to come up and defend a bit higher. Because if they get stuck inside the box every time Barcelona has the ball, it's going to be very hard.
Yep. Right now is actually Saparenko, the number 10 of Dynamo Kiev, who was down on the ground. He was asking for medical assistance. Nevertheless, he does get him up. He does get up. I'm sorry. I'm not quite even sure what happened. He had just a little bit of contact, I think, with the referee, and then he went down on the ground. He does get up, and I think he will be able to continue without any sort of problems. The ball gets rolling once again, and once again it's at the feet of Clement Lenglet, who plays it over to Eddie Garcia on his right. I'm not sure if this is the first time, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time that both Clement Lenglet and Eddie Garcia start the match and are partners at the center backs. But so far, at least against not a very intense attack of Dynamo Kyiv, they've been holding really well. Right now, it's once again Dynamo Kyiv who are trying to play it with a long pass. They somehow control it. I think it's Sidorchuk who controlled it really well. He gets away from Jordi Alba. Now he's trying to protect the ball against Frenkie de Jong. He once again gets away from Frenkie. Now he plays it on for Tsigankov. Tsigankov in a race against Eddie Garcia. He cuts back. He plays it with a good low cross and he falls to Shaparenko. Shaparenko just makes a howler of it. It was inside of the box. He was in front of Marcandete Seguin. He did have, I think, one player in front of him, another running behind him, but he was in a good position to have a clear shot on target, and he didn't take it really well. So the first clear opportunity for Dynamo Kyiv came after an amazing solo play by Sidorchuk, finding Tsigankov on the right wing. He got away from Eddie Garcia, and then I think he had a shot off, but Jordi Alba simply tracked him down really well and made it really uncomfortable. I'm not sure if it did have a deflection or if it simply was a very horrendous shot. It was a horrendous shot. And right now, once again, Dynamo Kyiv trying to attack through the right with Tsigankov. He almost got away from Busquets. He will win a throw-in for his team. And now it's Nico Gonzalez who basically slams it down to the ground using his physicality. And it will be a foul for Dynamo Kyiv, just basically near the mark of the corner kick.
That was a proper scare by Kiev. And Dynamo, well, they can't do that as we expected. Barcelona should be careful not to give away these shots in such a position because that might be a goal easily.
Yep. Yeah, totally agree. Right now, once again, Dynamo Kyiv was trying to take it really quickly. Their cross, here it comes. It was just like a middle angle. And now it's one incredible shot by Dynamo Kyiv. I think it was Carlos Peña who took it with his left, just on the edge of the box. Marcandete Seguin somehow, between a lot of bodies, saved it, and it will be a throw-in for Dynamo Kyiv. So Carlos Peña has another clear opportunity for Kyiv to go up in front. And this time it went in the direction of Marcandete Seguin, luckily for him, and he had a little bit of a deflection on it with his left foot. A good reaction by the German goalkeeper. Right now, it's once again Dynamo Kyiv who are trying to go into the counter-attack. This time, they go with Ketziora. He opens it up for Tsigankov on the left. He cuts over to the middle. He was trying to have a little bit of a cross on it. It falls to the feet of Sidorchuk, and he once again opens it up to the right with Ketziora. Ketziora looking for one of his teammates, and he gets away from Mantu Fati with a little bit of tactical error, I think. Right now, Sidorchuk once again. He plays it over to, he was looking, I think, this time for Bujalski or for Ketziora. I'm not sure, but it will be a throw-in yet again for Dynamo Kyiv, really close to the edge of the box of Barcelona. It's Ketziora who's getting ready to take it. He plays it over to Tsigankov, and it will be this time a goal kick for Barcelona. So quite a few minutes of scare for Barcelona after being pressured a lot by Dynamo, and Dynamo also not being relentless with the possession. And with the shots on target.
Barcelona shouldn't give away these shots in such clear position. They weren't accurate, but they were really dangerous position. Midfielders should be covering those spots, or if the midfielders are guarding inside the box, because it was a corner kick in the second case, someone up from the upfront line should help there. But it cannot happen that they come with that much space and shoot from those positions just outside the box or even inside the box unmarked.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't really allow it. And right now, I think the two players that were actually really important for Barcelona in the first few minutes, Ansu Fati and Depay, have a little bit hashed out of the match. Right now, it's Frenkie de Jong who's trying to dribble past a few players, and now it's Jordi Alba with a good cross. This time it's Bushan once again who simply has to catch it inside of his own box. So it's just going to say both Ansu and Memphis have been haven't had that much contact with the ball in the past few minutes. And possibly Sergi Barjuan, who is asking for a lot of patience and calmness for his players. Um, we'll be looking to the bench and see who will actually be the person or the player to go up in the front. Right now, Sigankov, who opens it up for Carlos Peña. And now it's a good shot by Dynamo Kyiv. Right now, I'm not sure if it was once again Shaparenko. I think it was. And I'm not sure if it was again had a little bit of a deflection or if it was again wasn't an accurate shot. But once again, Shaparenko in a good position to simply go into the attack. And so far, I think the beacon of light for Dynamo Kyiv has been Sigankov, who has cut through the middle and through the right. And Shaparenko did have a little bit of a touch. He did have good contact on the ball, but it was just a little bit wide of the goal of Marcandete Seguin. And another update on the Champions League. Right now, it's Bayern Munich who is winning against Benfica. So once again, the best opportunity for Barcelona to actually get back into the race for the second place of this group in the Champions League, as Bayern Munich is winning against Benfica 1-0. I'm not sure who was the player who scored the goal, but as I said before, this is the best opportunity, the best situation for Barcelona to actually get back into the race.
As you were saying, that Lewandowski goal is a big help for Barcelona. Not that we didn't expect Bayern to win tonight, but it's good that they are. But Barcelona needs to focus on their job and get over with once and for all, because the team isn't playing too badly, but it's not playing well, and it's very easy for Dynamo Kyiv to cause trouble defensively. They've had a good number of clear shots, probably more than Barcelona, and especially more unmarked each of those three shots. And that speaks poorly of Barcelona's defensive capabilities.
Yeah. Right now, once again, Barcelona, who were trying to find Memphis, but this time he was simply dispossessed by Shaparenko, who now Dynamo once again trying to go into the counterattack. After a series of deflections, it will find Karaev, who is on the left winger. He's trying to go up. He's facing once again Eddie Garcia. He cuts back into the middle. Now he tries to take a shot, but now Eddie Garcia was in a good position to simply cut it out. And now it's Memphis, who is trying to go into the counterattack. He wins the throw-in for his cause. Almost 30 minutes of the match have been played. And so just looking really quickly to the bench as we look for it in the first few minutes of this live coverage, I think the player who possibly Sergi Barjuan will be looking at will be either, I'm not sure if Demir or Dembele. Dembele, let's remember that he's coming off a long injury. So both players can actually play really well on the wing. Yusuf Demir hasn't had that big impact that probably was expected of him after an incredible preseason with Barcelona. But he is a good player nevertheless. We'll see if the young player can actually come on and have a few minutes.
Would be a good opportunity.
Right now, I'm sorry, what?
Would be a good opportunity for him as well, since in theory it's a bit of an easier game than some league games he's been playing on recently. Well, not that recently, because he didn't play any games as of late. If I remember correctly, he took part in the Clásico and some other harder games, and it'd be good to see him tested tonight.
Yeah, let's see if he can actually have a few minutes. Right now, it's a foul yet again for Barcelona. This time it was Nico who was on the receiving end of it. It's once again Memphis who's getting ready to take this cross. He's quite a distance away from the box, but he surely will be looking for one of his taller teammates. Let's remember that Gerard Piqué, the main man, isn't this time on the pitch. It's Jordi Alba who takes it with a very good one, and it hits after a good header by Clément Lenglet. It hits the woodwork. Nevertheless, I think he was deemed offside. He just threw himself for the ball, header first, and he hit the post. I'm not sure if he was offside. I think he was. I'm not quite sure after looking at the replay, but it was a good header by Clément Lenglet nevertheless. And Bouchan couldn't actually do anything about it. He just looked as the ball went past his left side. But it was a good low cross by Jordi Alba and a good header by Clément Lenglet, but he was deemed offside. So a good variation to just Memphis taking it. Also Jordi Alba stepping up and also asking for those kind of opportunities. Right now it's Gavi who wins the throw-in for Barcelona, a player that hasn't had that big impact in this match that we all know he can. But let's also remember that he's playing basically as a right winger, not his favorite position possibly. but he is playing in that sector, and he'll be asked to do a lot more than what he's doing so far. Right now, it's Clement Lenglet who has the ball once again for Barcelona. He goes up the pitch, he's dribbling past. Now he tries to play it all the way over to Gavi, and he almost found it, but Karaev had a bit of a contact first, and now he'll try to go into the counterattack once again, being persecuted by both Nico and Mingueza. He somehow faces off against Nico. Now he plays it back to Shaparenko. And now Sidorchuk in turn plays it all the way over to the right side to Ketsiora. And now once again, Tsigankov, the best player of Dynamo Kyiv so far in this match. He cuts back, he plays it back to Sidorchuk. And now once again, Shaparenko. And right now it seems as if any sort of surprise attack by Dynamo has evaporated. But nevertheless, they do win another throw-in for their cause. And yet another update, Bayern Munich winning 2-0 against Benfica. So once again, the best opportunity, the best situation for Barcelona is to actually win this match. And thanks to Bayern Munich, they can actually go into the second position and just have the upper hand against Benfica in the second match at the Camp Nou. Right now, it's Dynamo Kyiv who are trying to go into the attack. This time, I think it was Garmash. He was asking for a foul after Sergio Busquets simply took it to the final line in the edge of the pitch. It will be a goal kick. And now it's Garmash who is having a word with the referee, and the referee is telling him that he's the person in charge. A lot of verbal disagreement between the striker of Dynamo Kyiv and the referee. I don't think it was a foul. I think it was just looking for the contact of Busquets, and then he just went down on the ground as soon as he felt Busquets on his back. Right now it's Eddie Garcia who almost lost the ball against Bujalski. And now Bujalski's asking for a lot more pressure, a lot more intensity by his team. And right now it's Clement Lenglet. He finds Memphis. Memphis tries to play it on the back heel over to Frankie, but he loses the ball. And once again, it's Bouchan who has it, and he simply clears it away as far away as he can. Right now it's Garmash and Lenglet. Lenglet wins it, but Garmash, the striker of Dynamo Kyiv, was deemed offside, almost reaching the 35-minute mark. I think the match isn't has slowed down a bit, right, Oliver? The tempo has gone down a bit.
Yes, Barcelona is not succeeding at doing what they need to do, playing the ball quick and create chances. And Dynamo Kyiv has grown throughout the game, and they've had like a good number of chances themselves. And now they feel quite comfortable in that game, a slow pace. A few fouls now and then, so the rhythm wouldn't accelerate, and Barcelona is not finding any gaps at the moment. So I mean, Dynamo Kyiv are doing their job very well.
Yep, right now it's Memphis who has the ball. He plays it over to Frankie in the middle of the pitch. Now it's once again Nico. Nico plays it back over to Garcia. Now, once again, Busquets. Busquets opens it up to the right to Oscar Mingueza, who has a bit of a pocket of space. Here comes across, and it takes a deflection, and it will be a corner kick. It hit Carlos de Peña, who tracked down Mingueza, and it will be a corner kick for the Culés. I was just going to say, I think so far, Clement Lenglet has had a very good match so far. Defensively, I think he hasn't lacked that much, as we did see quite a few matches last season, and he did hit the post. It was deemed offside. Nevertheless, a good hustle by Lenglet. Here comes the cross. This time it's Memphis once again. Here comes the cross. He plays it over to the edge of the box, over to Jordi Alba. Now Alba with a shot with his right foot, and now it just goes a little bit wide and over the goal of Bouchan. Now Bouchan trying to play it quickly in the direction of Carlos de Peña, but he just it was just a little bit too high. And now it's Clement Lenglet once again has the ball for Barcelona on the left. As we look once again to the stats, 4 attempts by both teams, but just 1 on target for Dynamo Kyiv and 0 for Barcelona. Right now, Barcelona are still drawing 0-0 with Dynamo Kyiv. So far, not a bad match for Barcelona, but Dynamo had, I think, like 10 minutes in which they simply controlled everything that happened in the match. Right now, it's Memphis who almost got away from 3 players, and he somehow plays it over to Nico. Now, Santu is inside of the box. I think he was trying to find, once again, Memphis with a good cross, but Ketsiora was simply in front of him. And another corner kick for Barcelona. It's Santu Fati who takes it quickly over for Memphis. I think the referee is telling him that that the ball was still rolling and that they should have stopped it. Right now, it's once again Barcelona that will retake it. but this time Dynamo Kyiv are ready and are just waiting for the cross to come in. And let's see if Memphis can find one of his taller teammates. He takes it short over to Ansu. Now Ansu plays it back over to Jordi Alba, and now it seems as if any sort of corner kick has been lost. Once again, they find Memphis. Memphis plays it out back to Busquets, and Busquets plays it once again to the Dutch attacker. And now he does have a little bit of a cross on it, but it was just too weak, the power or the intention behind it. And now Shaparenko, who is being brought down, this time it's Nico Gonzalez, very intelligently, simply pushed him off a little bit and allowed Barcelona to get back into good position. And it will be a free kick for Dynamo Kiev. And another update, this time it's Villarreal who is winning against Young Boys in the group between Atalanta and Manchester United. And as things stand at the moment, Villarreal is in first place, Atalanta in second, and Manchester United is in third place. So as we were talking before, Oliver and myself, and also in very, very interesting groups so far, and we'll see how that develops throughout this match day and the following.
It also is a group that where probably Manchester United should be the ones standing out, but they're not in the best form either. And having teams like Atalanta and Villarreal who are offensive, like to play with the ball and to go on our attack, it is a fun group to watch, to be honest. Yes, and Young Boys is a team that is leaving a decent impression as well. So it's a fun group to watch overall.
Yep. Right now, also Benfica has scored a goal, so 2-1 in that match as well. As we were talking before, Barcelona have to win this match if they want to continue on with their dream of Champions League. Right now, it's Ansu Fati who was having the ball, but he was brought down. He was asking for a foul, but the referee did not give any. Right now, it's Sirota, and now he opens it up to the left with Karaev. Back to Sirota. We're almost at the edge of the 40-minute mark. And Barcelona, now this time Busquets wins the ball after Sirota was trying to play really quickly. It's Frenkie. He opens it up to the left to Memphis. Memphis being just brought down, well, not being tracked down by three players. Now it's a good cross by Jordi Alba looking for Oscar Mingueza. But now I think it was Karaev who had a good touch on it. Now it's Carlos de Peña who wins the ball. And now he receives a foul by Oscar Mingueza. Mingueza is talking with the assistant referee, telling him that what foul he committed. And will be a free kick for Dynamo Kiev. So Barcelona are having the ball in good positions. Nevertheless, they aren't connecting well the attack. I think Gavi is lacking a lot in the attack. Let's remember that it's not his natural position, but he is lacking a lot. He's not really connecting with any of his teammates going up into the attack. Let's see if Sergi Barjuan has a little bit of a say on it at the halftime.
He's probably gonna be one of the first substitutions, I'd say, Gavi. He's not in his natural position, and I really like him. But probably Barcelona would need someone sharper offensively on that wing, especially because the right back, back is Mingueza, who is not really offensive. He's not in his best position either, because Dest is out of the picture, and Barcelona lacks players that can play offensively on that wing.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Dembélé is in good shape today, that would be a big hope.
Yep. Right now, it was a foul by Garmash, and he actually saw the yellow card. So the first yellow card for a player of Dynamo Kiev. It was after he tackled Sergio Busquets. Right now, it's Eddie Garcia who plays it over to Gavi. Gavi trying to get away from two players, and he does successfully, and he plays it back to Sergio Busquets. And now Clement Lenglet. Lenglet dribbling past a few players. Now he plays it over to Memphis, back to Ansu. Now Nico gets away really well from the pressure. Now he plays it over to Frenkie, and Frenkie plays it back to Garcia. And now he opens it up for Mingueza, and a good cross. And it's Nico inside of the box. He headed, but I think it hit Memphis. Memphis got in the way of the header of Nico Gonzalez. It would have been the first goal for Nico. And then I think it was Bushan who had a little contact on it, and it will be a corner kick, I think. Yes, it did hit Memphis. Bushan was all over that header, nevertheless. But it was a good shot, a good opportunity for Barcelona to actually go up in front. Memphis did have a little bit of a deflection on it, but Nico did have a good contact on it. Now the corner kick, and Bushan came out flying and had a bit of a contact on the ball, and it will be now a foul for Dynamo Kyiv. So Bushan saved Dynamo Kyiv before, and now it seems as if Memphis now saved Dynamo after getting in the way of the header of Nico Gonzalez.
It was a very good play. Barcelona did very well, putting the ball just outside the box in the center, then taking it back out, then opening to the right quickly, dragging defenders to the center. So there'd be a player to put the cross. It was Mingueza. It was a great play, and it was a great cross that found Nico. As you said, I think Bushan would have stopped it, but how unlucky Memphis is being in these last few games.
Yep.
He missed a couple of good chances against Alaves. Today, he's not having the best of lucks.
Yeah, looking back at the replay, I'm not sure if it was Memphis or Getziora, the right back of Dynamo Kyiv. If we look once again to the replay, we'll let you know if actually Memphis had a little bit of a touch on it, or if it was actually a very good defensive play by Getziora. Right now, it's Sigankov who has the ball. He plays it over to Bujalski, and now once again, Bujalski has the ball, but now I think it was Shaparenko who loses the ball, and now it's Nico. He opens it up for Ansu, and Ansu with a little bit of a faulty control, and he's dispossessed by Sidorchuk, the midfielder, the midfielder of Dynamo Kyiv. Now they open it up to Karaev, and now Carlos de Peña. I'm sorry, it's Bujalski. Bujalski has a little bit of a contact on the ball, and now they almost lose the ball after I think it was Mingueza who tried to simply clear the ball. Once again, it's Carlos Peña. This time it is Mingueza who wins the 1v1 battle against the attacker. And it will be a throw-in for Dynamo Kyiv, very close to the box of Barcelona. We're almost at the 45-minute mark. We'll have to see if any time is added on to this first half. And
probably just 1 minute, if anything.
Yeah, probably just 1 or 2 minutes after the 2 yellow cards and fouls. But I'm not sure if it will be anything more than 2 minutes. Right now, it's Barcelona. They once again try to go to the counterattack. This time it's Gavi who uses really well his flair to get away from 2 players. He plays it over to Nico. Now he's taken down by the back with a very harsh tackle, but nevertheless, the play continues. And now it's Santu who lets the ball pass. It almost found Frenkie. Now it's Jordi Alba inside of the box. Now it's Frenkie once again. But this time, once again, Dynamo Kyiv simply clear the ball. I'm not sure if it was the best idea for Ansu Fati to simply let the ball continue to roll. Frenkie Young, I don't think was actually looking to have the ball on the edge of the box. Right now, Dynamo Kyiv who has again the ball at their feet. It's I think this time it's Getziora. He plays it back over to Shaparenko. 1 minute has been added on to this first half. We'll have to see if the player who committed the foul against Gavi does see the yellow card, but I think he took him down really harshly, Oliver. I'm not sure if you saw how the tackle.
It should be a yellow card. Well, the game hasn't stopped yet, so we will see. But it should definitely be a one. Because Barcelona wasn't a good counter-attack. But we saw one before with Memphis, and he didn't show the yellow cards. I don't know.
Right now, it will be a yellow card against Bujalski because he simply tackled really harshly Gavi by the back, and Gavi went down really violently. And I think this will be the end of the first half of this match. It has been an entertaining one so far. It has been an entertaining one, but so far, no luck for Barcelona. And Dynamo Kyiv was also really close to scoring the first goal, but they made a hash of it. And also, Marc-André Ter had a good intervention. And also, another update: Manchester United has also scored in their match, and so they are drawn. They are drawn 1-1, and it was, I think, Cristiano Ronaldo. And right now, Ansu Fati was trying to go into the counterattack, but the referee simply didn't allow the play to go on. He was basically just going against 2 players, and the rest of the pitch in front of him was basically just alone. But the referee did not allow the play to continue on, and so it will be halftime of this match. Barcelona are drawing 0-0 against Dynamo Kyiv. And well, I don't know what you think of the last play, Oliver. I think it could have gone on very easily.
He crossed the midfield, and There were a couple of defenders, as you said, but not neither of them were really between Ansu and the goal. So probably he could have kept going and tried to find a shot before being caught up by one of them. It was a very clear play. I mean, I don't understand what the referee did there, but I haven't understood a couple or maybe three of those decisions that the referee has been calling in this first half. But that one seemed very clear, and it's just
Yep.
like let it be for a few seconds and then just see what happens. And there's always time to blow the whistle and go to halftime.
Yep. So right now, halftime at this match between Barcelona and Dynamo Kiev, they are 0-0. I think Dynamo Kiev have had I think the clearest opportunity to go up in front. Nevertheless,
Mm.
Nico Gonzalez did have a good option and a good header. Nevertheless, I'm not. We'll have to look back into the replay, but it was either Memphis or the right back of Dynamo Kiev who had a contact on the ball. It just as I was saying before the halftime whistle actually went off. Manchester United is drawing against Atalanta, and if things stand right now, Atalanta right now is out of the next phase of the Champions League. So Villarreal in first place, Manchester United in second, and Atalanta in third. So quite a few changes have happened since the first whistle of those matches. We'll have to see how that pans out. But as always, if you want to submit a question or a comment, please be sure to leave it, and we'll check them as we go on. And before we go over to our few minutes break, please be sure to check out blaugranagram.com if you want to keep up with everything related to Barcelona. So, Oliver, anything else we want to say before we go to a short break?
I still think we're gonna win this game. Come on, Barcelona.
Okay, yeah, let's keep the hopes up. The best. Let's hope
Plenty of
that
time.
Barcelona can actually. Yeah, let's keep the hopes up, and let's hope that Barcelona can actually play a better second half. And we'll also see if Sergi Barjuan decides to port another player for the second half. As we were talking, just very quickly before we actually go to this short break, Ousmane Dembele is back for Barcelona, and well, in the attack, we're pretty short in the attack, but also Philippe Coutinho, Yusuf Demir is another option, and Luke De Jong. So we'll have to see what the manager decides, and let's hope that Barcelona can actually bounce back and win this game. So we'll be taking a few minutes of break, but we'll be sure to be back for the live coverage of the second half. And thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you in a bit.
In a bit.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of this match between Barcelona and Dynamo Kiev. For those who just tuned in, Barcelona are tying 0-0 with Dynamo Kiev at the Olympic Stadium in Kiev. So far, I think a good match for Barcelona, not the best or the brightest, but they haven't played really. They haven't played bad, but I think they haven't really taken the opportunities that they've had to go up into the score sheet. Um, but I'm back with you with obviously my partner in crime, Oliver Domínguez. Ready for this second half, Oliver?
Yeah. And I agree that Barcelona could have played a lot better, but still have, especially towards the end, good situations to try to score.
Yep.
Let's hope there's more effectiveness towards that at the second half.
Yep. Right now, the second half has started. This time it was Dynamo Kyiv who got the ball rolling first. Actually, no changes or substitution for any of the two teams. All the 22 players of the first half has started once again. And right now, it's Dynamo Kyiv. We're trying to go very quickly into the counter-attack with Skaraev, who was trying to go into the attack against Barcelona. And another yellow card will be shown against a player of Barça. I think this time it was Gavi, who was simply tracking down the left back of Dynamo Kyiv. Yes, it was Gavi who sees the yellow card, the second yellow card of the match for a player of Barcelona. And so it will be a free kick for Dynamo. This time it's a little bit, I think, closer to the box of Marc-André ter Stegen. So a little bit of surprise, right, Albert, to actually see the same players of the Barcelona first half for the second half.
I don't know what Sergio's thinking, but I was expecting some subs in order to find more depth, offensively in particular. But I don't know. Maybe it's just down to the fact that there aren't many other options at the bench, and
Yep.
Dembele just returned from an injury, so he's not gonna play 45 minutes. That might be the main problem here.
Yep. Right now, it was actually Dinamo who took the cross after the free kick, and they were looking for Denis Garmash, the striker. He controlled it really well, and then I think he was trying to hit it on the volley, but without really any angle. He was trying to find it. The goal of Marc-André ter Stegen, he went just over the bar, and it was a goal kick for Barcelona. Right now, once again, Garmash going up against Busquets. This time, he almost won it. But this time, he's looking for yet another foul by Busquets. Busquets once again showing his dissatisfaction to the referee. I'm not sure if it was a foul, but I think it was given by the referee near the middle of the field. And I think this is
I
quite
think
the
it was a foul, to be honest.
No, and I was just going to say, I think this is the tempo that actually benefits Dynamo Kiev. Right, it's Carlos Peña who is trying to go into the attack. A good low cross, but Marc-André ter Stegen simply had to catch it inside of his own box. I was just going to say, I think this is the tempo that actually benefits Dynamo because they can slow down the tempo of Barcelona, and then when they have the will and the disposition, they'll try to go as quickly as they can to the counter attack, but just through very quick sprints and very intense runs. But so far, Barcelona will be trying to basically have the same kind of play that they had in the first half, just have control of the ball in between the midfield and the attack, and just try to get as close as they can to the goal of Bushan. Right now, it's Ansu Fati who commits a foul. I think it was against Ketsiora. He used a little bit of his physicality, but Ketsiora simply put his back to Ansu Fati. And so it will be another free kick for Dynamo Kiev. Ansu, once again, not happy at all with that call by the referee. And it will be Bushan, the goalkeeper of Dynamo Kiev, who will be putting the ball back into play. He takes it long. He'll be looking for one of his strikers. He was looking for Garmash. Nevertheless, Clément Lenglet, so far, I think a good match so far for the French defender. Won the aerial duel. Now it's the defeat of Marc-André ter Stegen, who is being pressured by Bujalski. Now he has to play it to the left once again, over to Lenglet. And now it's Nico Gonzalez who controls it really well in the midfield and gets away from the pressure, I think, of Shaparenko. Now it's Gavi who's going up the pitch. He finds Oscar Mingueza on the right. Here comes the cross by Oscar, but it goes just too high and wide, and it will be a goal kick for Dynamo Kiev. So as I was saying, Barcelona will try to play basically through the wings once again, trying to open up the spaces in the middle of the field. and Depay will surely be looking for a good opportunity to go into the attack, as well as Ansu Fati. Just also, before we say anything else, we were saying in the first half that Bayern Munich are winning. They still are 2-1 against Benfica. This is the best shot for Barcelona to actually clinch the second position of the group and just keep the hopes alive of staying at the Champions League for the second phase. Right now, it's a foul by Clement Lenglet. He brings down, I think, Garmash, and he will see He will see a yellow card. So yet another yellow card for a player of Barcelona. Dynamo Kyiv were trying to go into the counter attack, and Clement Lenglet simply read the intention behind the attack, and he brought down, I think it was Garmash, and he just simply disabled and disallowed any sort of counter attack. I'm not sure if it was Garmash or Singankov.
I think it was it's Siniakov, I think. Actually.
Yeah,
but anyway, it's not a good start of the second half for Barcelona. 2 yellow cards in 4 minutes. Not getting good chances. Not knowing really what to do with the ball. I don't know what happened at halftime, but I have the feeling that Lucescu did a much better job there than Sergi.
Yep. Right now, it's once again, and I'm sorry, another update on the match between Benfica and Bayern Munich. It's another goal for Bayern Munich, so 3-1. Once again, a little bit of a space between the German and the Portuguese team. Once again, Barcelona have to win this match if they want to keep inside of the Champions League. It's a corner kick for Barca. It's Memphis who is getting ready to take it. We'll see if he can find one of his main targets or main men for the aerial duels. Nico Gonzalez proved to be a good aerial target for Barcelona in the first half. He did have a good header. It didn't end up in a goal because of a deflection. Here comes the corner kick. It's taken by Memphis, and I think it's once again Clement Lenglet who almost have a contact on it. It falls to the feet once again of Memphis. He cuts back. Here comes the cross. He's looking for one of his teammates, and once again it's Lenglet who has a contact on it, but it was just with no power, and it falls to the hands of Bouchan really easily. And now Bouchan tried to go into the counterattack, try to send his team into the counterattack. I'm not sure if he could actually find anyone, but in 2 crosses, Clement Lenglet has been on the receiving end. The first one, he tried to have a little bit of a flying kick on it, but no real direction or pace. And in the second one, a good header, but lacked a little bit of accuracy and a lot of power. But so far, as I was saying before, so far a good match for Clement Lenglet as we look to the sideline, and quite a few players of Barcelona are getting ready and are warming up. Ousmane Dembélé is warming up for Barcelona, and he'll probably be one of the main men to look for before Sergi Barjuan, as he does bring a lot of dimension and a lot of speed for the match, but we'll have to see if he's fit enough to actually to jump on the pitch.
Lenglet had a thing, if I remember correctly. Remember if I don't. Correct me if I don't. Had the first shot on goal tonight for Barcelona with that second powerless header. I think.
Yep.
At the 50th minutes of the game.
Yeah, that tells you something of the match and the match of Barcelona.
Yeah.
Right now, it's Frenkie Young who has the ball. He controls it in the middle of the field. He plays it over to the left with Clement Lenglet. Now Jordi Alba. Alba cuts back into the middle. He finds Nico Gonzalez. Once again, Alba. Once again, Nico. He has just a sea of players in front of him in white shirts. He plays it back over to Busquets. Now Busquets plays it back to Lenglet on his left. Once again, Alba. Alba finds Memphis, who this time is trying to play as a winger, and now Ansu Fati is a little bit more in the center of the box for Barcelona. Right now, it's Busquets who opens up the pitch really well over to Minguez on the right, but he's being pressured. He takes a little bit of a quick cross. Right now, Busquets wins the ball back, and now Jordi Alba inside of the box with a good low cross, but I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Savarni or Ketsiora who got in the way, but it was a good intention cross by Jordi Alba. And yet another corner kick for Barcelona. 53 minutes of the match have been played. Jordi Alba being a key player, I think, in the attack for Barca so far. We'll have to see this time who he goes for. Memphis. Here comes the cross. This time it's for Bouchan really easily. He didn't even have to move or even jump. And he's trying to send his team into the counterattack. This time was for looking for Carlos Peña. But it was just a little bit too long, that throw-in. and it will be that throw-in for Barcelona as we see a player of Dynamo Kyiv on the ground. It's Garmash who is holding the back of his head. I think he was in an aerial duel against Ansu Fati and he jumped, and it was a really awkward duel between Ansu and Garmash. And yet another update on the match, one of the matches of the other groups. This time it's a goal by Young Boys. So right now, Manchester United is in first, Villarreal in second, Atalanta in third, and Young Boys in fourth, but just 1 point difference with Villarreal and Atalanta. So as we've been saying, the whole first half, a very also interesting match and group to have an eye on. Right now, it's Barcelona who are trying to go into the attack with Ansu Fati and Memphis, but simply a defender of Dynamo Kyiv simply read the pass really well and didn't allow it to get to its destination. Right now, it's once again Busquets. He plays it to the right with Eddie Garcia. Now Garcia opens it up to Mingueza. Mingueza yet another cross, looking for the second post for Memphis, and this time it's Sigankov who simply heads it out of the pitch, and it will be yet another corner kick on the left side for Barcelona.
Sorry, Fab, sorry to interrupt you. The goal by Young Boys was disallowed by VAR after actually the players were celebrating it.
Oh,
so Villarreal is still up 1-0.
Well, unlucky for Young Boys.
Yeah.
Right now, it's once again Jordi Alba. He plays it back over to Frenkie. Once again, Alba with a good cross, looking for Clément Lenglet, who has a good touch on it. It seemed as if he was going to have a good touch on it. Nevertheless, it just went, I think, to the top of his head, and then it went just out of any direction of goal. It was an incredible cross by Jordi Alba, and then Lenglet couldn't simply position himself really well to have a good impact. Bouchan, the goalkeeper of Dynamo Kyiv, was in a compromised situation. Had Clément Lenglet had a little bit of a better neck position or head position, it could have possibly gone in. Right now, Dynamo Kyiv almost got into a good position for the attack through Sigankov. And once again, it's Jordi Alba who is trying to lead the attack for Barcelona. This time, he was looking for Memphis on a long pass, but it falls to the safe hands of Bouchan once again.
I don't think Lenglet in that chance sees Bouchan. I think Bouchan goes out. I don't know why, but if he's behind Lenglet doesn't see him, so he doesn't really try to head straight to goal, but a bit easier.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, Lenglet didn't actually see where Bouchan was positioning, because if he had, he would have probably tried a different tactic. Right now, it's Dynamo Kyiv who are trying to go into the attack. This time, it's Peña on the left. He plays it over to Bujalski. Bujalski inside of the box. I think he was trying to find one of his teammates, and now a good shot. It almost found the inside of the net by Karaev. It was an incredible shot. It seemed it was just going to bend inside of the goal for Dynamo Kyiv. So Barcelona once again just saved by just a little bit of I don't know if I can say deflection or just a little bit of inaccuracy on the shot, but it was going to be an incredible goal by Karaev, the left back of Dynamo Kyiv.
But that was the second play. The first one was really good. I think it was Karaev himself who had that great turn at the edge of the box, and he sent the pass, I think, to Garmash. But that move was amazing.
Yep. So Dynamo Kyiv also making a case for their cause and letting Barcelona know that they won't go down just without any sort of fight in the attack. Right now, it's once again Busquets who has the ball. He plays it to the left with Clément Lenglet. Now Alba, Nico Gonzalez. Nico plays it back over to Busquets. Now Busquets opens up the pitch over to Oscar Mingueza. Mingueza tried to get away from Peña, and he cuts back into the middle of the field. Now Ansu plays. He has the ball. He controls it. Now he plays it over to Jordi Alba. Now I'm sorry, it's Clément Lenglet. Now Lenglet plays on to Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba basically on the edge of the pitch. Now a good cross looking for Oscar Mingueza, but it was just too strong. Now Mingueza somehow saves that ball for Barcelona, and he plays it back over to Busquets, who now reorganizes and tries to create all the way from the back. And the build-up once again is slow for Barcelona. He plays it over to Eddie Garcia. Now Garcia once again over to Mingueza. He has a little space. A good cross looking for Ansu. Ansu has a bit of a contact on it. And it falls to Gavi. Now Memphis tried to dribble past a few players. He isn't successful in doing so. It falls nevertheless to Mingueza once again. And now Mingueza plays it back to Garcia. Busquets once again opening up the pitch to the right to Mingueza. Mingueza with a good cross. And it was almost Memphis who was all alone inside of the box. He didn't reach that cross. It was almost a good opportunity for the Dutch striker to actually get on the score sheet, but it was just a little bit too in front of him. And Bushan simply had to catch the ball. Right now, once again, it was Mingueza who had the ball, but he was simply dispossessed by Peña. Right now, once again, Bushan who has the ball on his feet. He simply sends it really, really long, trying to play it over to Garmash. Langlais controls it really. Yes, he did control it really awfully. I think he was trying to control it with his chest, but it somehow had a bit of a deflection on it, and it is a throw-in for Dynamo Kyiv. And right now we've reached the 60-minute mark, and Dynamo Kyiv have played it. They played all the way back to their center back with Sirota. Sirota has a lot of space to his left. He is attacking that space. And now he plays it over to Karaev, the player who almost scored an incredible goal. And now he was trying to play on Bujalski, this time it's Eddie Garcia, who cuts it off. Now Garcia being pressured by two players of Dynamo Kyiv, and he simply gets the ball away as far away as possible. And it will be a throw-in for Dynamo Kyiv on the left side. I think Eddie Garcia was almost in a very compromised situation, allowing two players of Dynamo Kyiv to go into the attack in a very good position. Yet another update, Atalanta once again leading against Manchester United 2-1. So that group is once again shaken up. I'll tell you in a few minutes how things stand after that goal by Atalanta. Right now, Ansu Fati was trying to...
number 4.
Bayern scored another 4. Okay, so Bayern is just basically coasting into another victory in the Champions League. And Barcelona is yet to score a goal in this match. Right now, it's Gavi who has the ball. He plays it back over to Busquets. Now, Langlais with a good cross. He was looking for Memphis. Memphis didn't jump at all. And so, once again, Dynamo Kyiv has control of the ball. They try to play it over quickly to Bujalski. Once again, Eddie Garcia wins the ball against Garmash. And now he draws a foul against the striker of Dynamo Kyiv. He's asking for the yellow card. And it will be yet another free kick for Barcelona. And let's remember that Garmash already has a yellow to his name. So any other possible fouls by the striker could actually see him being sent off and letting his team into disadvantage. Right now, it's Ansu Fati who has the ball. He cuts back into the middle. He's taken down through physicality. I think this time, I'm not sure if it was Kyiv. Now Barcelona take it quickly. They played over to Nico Gonzalez, who dribbles past a few players, and it falls to Ansu Fati inside of the box. Now he goes down, and the referee does give a penalty. Ansu Fati is down on the ground in clear pain, but it will be a penalty for Barcelona and their cause. A lot of players of Dynamo Kyiv are trying to get close to the referee to tell him that they didn't commit any sort of foul, but Ansu is down on the ground and in pain. Now Jordi Alba is getting close to him, as well as Memphis. They're trying to talk to him. Let's hope that it's nothing too serious against Ansu. I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure if it will be a penalty, because I think it was Kyiv who simply put his feet in front of Ansu. And I'm not sure if it was a foul, because I think Ansu simply hit the back of the leg of Kyiv. But Ansu is in pain nevertheless, and he is down on the ground. Medical assistance has arrived, and now Ousmane Dembélé is getting ready to jump on the pitch. So let's hope that it's nothing too serious for Ansu Fati, the young and the new number 10 of Barcelona.
It may not be a penalty, actually. Yes. At first, I thought it was, but it may not be a penalty. I think it will be disallowed.
Yep. Right now, actually, the referee is going to the sideline to have a word with the VAR and look at the replay. But well, besides that point, obviously, let's hope that Ansu Fati is well and he can continue on. Let's remember that he was out for more than a year on an injury. This time, I think it's his right ankle. I think it was in a very awkward situation, and the referee has finished looking at the replay. I think he will disallow it. It should be disallowed because there was no penalty, and he does give the signal that no penalty will be given. So I think it was fair. I don't think any real foul was committed. I don't know if you see any foul, Oliver, but I think a substitution will be made right now. So what do you think, Oliver? Penalty or no penalty?
I don't think it was a penalty. First live, I thought it might be. At least I thought it was a clear option and kind of a bit of a tackle, a bit of a challenge from behind, but it's not. And he just has
right now.
Position.
Yeah, right now the first substitution has been made. Gavi is off, and Ousmane Dembélé is on for Barcelona. So another substitution, one that we actually talked about in the first half. We both said that it was a natural thing to actually happen, as Gavi wasn't having the impact that probably would have that everyone was probably hoping for by the young Spanish midfielder. Let's remember that he wasn't in his natural position, and he wasn't really connecting with any of his teammates. So the natural change has been made. And look, just going back really quickly, as well as you, Oliver, I think at the first glance, I thought it was actually a tackle by a player of Dynamo Kyiv against Ansu Fati in his back. But looking back, no clear foul and therefore no penalty. I think it was the good decision by the referee and the VAR, a good intervention for their cause. Right now, it is a throw-in once again for Barcelona on the right with Oscar Mingueza. So right now the attack will be Ansu Fati, Memphis Depay, and Ousmane Dembélé. I'm not
Probably
sure
the
if
best one this squad can have, I'd say, no?
Yep.
The most exciting one, at least.
I was just going to say, I think this is actually the first time that all three of them are playing in the attack. We'll see if they can actually have a good impact. Right now, Mingueza was trying to find actually Dembélé with the first ball, but it wasn't an accurate pass. Right now, it's Boyarski who has the ball. He played it over to Carlos de Peña. Now, Shaparenko is being dispossessed. Now it's Frenkie Young who has the ball in a good position. He plays it on. He almost played it on to Ansu Fati or Memphis. I'm not quite sure who he was looking for. Nevertheless, a player of Dynamo Kyiv simply intercepted that ball. And now it's once again, I think it was Kyiv who once again saved his team. Right now, it's once again Frenkie. He plays it over back to Jordi Alba. Now Mingueza, the first touches of the ball for Ousmane Dembélé on the right side. He cuts back into the middle. He has to play it back to Busquets. Now, once again, Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba on the left. He plays it over to Ansu Fati. Now Ansu plays it back once again to Eddie Garcia. Eddie Garcia looking to his right, and he does find Ousmane Dembélé. Dembélé has a good view, and he sends a good cross. But once again, Bouchan simply has to catch the ball. Looking back at that counter by Frenkie Young, I'm not sure if he was looking for Memphis or for Ansu because they were both in the same direction. If he was looking for Ansu, he put a little bit too much on that pass. If he was looking for Memphis, it was just a little bit too short in power. But yet another good opportunity for Barcelona that couldn't really materialize at all for the Culés. Right now, it's once again Busquets who has the ball. He has to play it over to the left with Clément Lenglet. Now Lenglet plays it over to Alba. Alba with Ansu. Ansu plays it back to Alba. And now a player, I think it's Kyiv with a good tackle. And he sends the ball out of the pitch. And it will be a throw-in as we see another player of Dynamo Kyiv getting ready to jump on the pitch. Right now it's Barcelona that have the ball. It's Alba. He has to play it back to Lenglet. Now Busquets. Eddie Garcia. He plays it to the right over to Mingueza. Mingueza will have a bit of space. A good and violent cross, but it was just too high. It didn't reach anyone really. Now it's Tigankov who has the ball and he was trying to send his team into the counterattack. Eddie simply intercepts it, and now he plays it back to Mingueza. To Lenglet, and he in turn plays it over all the way back to Makandete Seguin, whose pass looking for Mingueza is intercepted this time by Karaev. Karaev trying to go into the attack. He plays it over to Carlos de Peña with a little bit of space. And now Shaparenko basically on the edge of the pitch, on the edge of the box. Now Boyarski opens it up all the way over to Kyiv on the right. Kyiv being viewed by Jordi Alba. Now it's Frenkie Young. He plays it over to Ousmane Dembélé. Ousmane Dembélé outpacing everyone basically from Dynamo Kyiv. He has a good opportunity to play it over to Ansu Fati, but I think this time it was Sabarni who simply tracked him down and didn't allow the pass to go through. He was basically on the edge of the box, in a 3v2 situation. But I think Ousmane Dembele didn't actually take the best decision. Right now, it's Mingueza who almost found Dembele, and now a good cross by Mingueza and a good shot by Ansu Fati and a goal for Barcelona.
Oh.
An incredible goal by Ansu Fati, an incredible cross by Mingueza, a low one, looking for Ousmane Dembele. I think it had a bit of a deflection on it, and then it found Ansu Fati. He hit it really, really well, and it went just on top of the head of Bouchan, who couldn't really even react at all. An incredible shot by Ansu, who hit it with a lot of rage and a lot of strength. And now he's asking for his teammates to have a little bit of a lot of intensity by the number 10. You love to see it. The young player who is asked on by Barcelona to actually lead the future is now leading Barcelona to still having hope in the Champions League.
Yeah, that goal is key. It was paramount to win today. It was essential, and this could mean mainly that Barcelona may make it to the next round now.
Yep.
Even losing to Bayern Munich, the game they have still left to play.
Yep. Just looking back at the replay, an incredible cross by Mingueza looking for Ousmane Dembele in between a lot of players of Dynamo Kyiv. Shaparenko actually was trying to not allow the pass to go through, but in trying to do so, he just deflected it enough for the position in which Ansu Fati was in position, arriving late, and he simply hit it with all his strength. And so it is Barcelona that are leading 1-0 thanks to Ansu Fati, the new number 10, the young promise and the gem of the Barcelona Masia. Mm-hmm. So Barcelona are leading as we reach the 70-minute mark. And now a substitution has been made as well by Dynamo Kyiv. It's Vitinho who is on for Garmash. And now Vitinho actually has the ball. He's facing Eddie Garcia. Eddie Garcia wins it, but it will be a throw-in for Dynamo Kyiv. I think we're in for a hell of a ride, Oliver, in these final 20 minutes. We'll have to see Barcelona.
Vitinho is dangerous because it's fast, as you said. And yes, we are in for some excitement now.
Right now, it's Memphis who is breaking free on the right side. He cuts back. He has Ansu near him. Now he plays it over to Ansu. Ansu plays it in turn to Mingueza, and who is basically playing as another striker. He plays it over to the left, over to Jordi Alba, and now any sort of excitement or any sort of surprise has vanished for the Culés. It was start of a good counterattack by Memphis and then by Ansu, but now Barcelona is simply deciding to keep the ball. This time, I think it's through Frenkie de Jong. He plays it back to Clement Lenglet. Now Eddie Garcia. He opens it up to his right to Mingueza. And now a little bit of keep up between the defense and the midfielders of Barcelona, simply trying to waste as much time as they can and defend themselves with the ball at their feet. Right now, it's Clement Lenglet who is dribbling forward. A faulty pass looking for Jordi Alba. It will be a throw-in for Dynamo Kyiv. But so, Oliver, tell me, what do you think the tactics should be right now for Barcelona?
Try to control the ball. There's not much time left. You should probably aim to just hold on to the ball and maybe take a chance if there's a clear shot. But try to control the goal. And now it's Barcelona who needs to kind of slow down a bit the pace of the game, especially with a young player like Vitinho coming onto the pitch who would like to run, who would like to make some noise, and who would like to cause some things to happen. So, yeah, I think probably that should be the approach now. There's probably going to be some substitutions as well, I'd say.
Yep. I'm sorry to cut you off, but actually, Sidorchuk took a really good shot almost on the edge of the box. I'm not sure if it was really in the direction of goal, but nevertheless, Marcandetes again saved it really well, diving to his left in two movements. He basically saved it from going out of the pitch, and then he saved it from going first from going inside of his own net, and then saved him from leaving the pitch. And so another intervention by Marcandetes again in this match. Right now, it's once again Dynamo Kyiv. We're trying to go into the attack. This time it's
It wasn't a goal, but it was a good shot. Huh?
Yep. Right now it's Dembele who brings down Karaev, who's trying to dribble past him. I think Dembele actually does bring a lot for Barcelona and very much needed a new dimension on the wings because even though he isn't having his best day, everyone knows of his potential and everyone knows that he can just change the whole course of a match with any of his 2 feet. So I think he does bring a lot of caution for the defenders of the other team.
Yeah, exactly. His pace alone was a whole new weapon for Barcelona tonight.
Absolutely. So we almost reached the 75-minute mark. About 60 minutes remaining. It's a throw in for Barcelona. It's Mingueza who takes it. He plays it over to Ansu. Now Dembele. Busquets in the middle of the field. He plays it over to the left with Clement Lenglet. All the players right now, except obviously Marc-André ter Stegen for Barcelona, are inside of the half of Dynamo Kyiv. The same can be said for Dynamo Kyiv. All 11 players of the Ukrainian team are inside of their own half. And Barcelona, as you were saying, Oliver, are simply controlling the ball and defending themselves with the ball at their feet. Right now, it's Clement Lenglet who is almost losing a ball against Boyalski. And Boyalski commits a foul. And so it does seem as if it's going to be one of those matches in which Barcelona simply have to control the ball and control the result and try not to commit any sort of mistakes in the back.
Yeah, that would be crucial. Give away a mistake and a goal, and Barcelona might be done with in Champions League. So it's crucial to stay solid defensively, which is not the forte of Barcelona this year.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case for Barca so far in this season. And right now, it's Ousmane Dembele who actually won a throw-in. I'm not sure how it wasn't given for Dynamo Kiev because it clearly hit him before it clearly hit Ousmane before it actually left the pitch. Nevertheless, it was a throw-in for Barcelona, and now Jordi Alba loses the ball, but surely and quickly, Frenkie Young won it back. Right now, Nico Gonzalez controls the ball. He plays it over to Eddie Garcia. Now he opens it up the pitch over for Ousmane Dembele. He cuts back into the middle. He takes a shot. He tries Bouchon. Bouchon simply had to catch it. Nevertheless, it is a good attempt by Ousmane to get back into playing speed and get back into those kind of positions for Barcelona. Right now is Bouchon who plays it quickly over to Savarni. Now Savarni tries to look quickly for Tigakov on the right side. He was a very important player for Dynamo Kiev in the first half, but he has lost a little bit of the importance in the second half. And I was just going to say, Oliver, I think Nico Gonzalez playing a really solid game so far. He's been really well. He's defending when he has to. He's distributing really well the passes also when he's needed to. So I don't know about you, but I think a really good player in the midfield for Barca.
Yes, one of the best tonight. Maybe he wasn't bright or brilliant in terms of like standing out, but he was super solid at everything he did. He didn't make any mistakes, and even he nearly scored a goal with that header in the first half. So yeah, it is a very good game. That's why probably he's still on the pitch because usually these youngsters are the first ones to come off. But Sergi should probably make another substitution soon. But definitely Nico should stay on the pitch.
Yep. Right now, actually, Bujalski's hit it somehow like a sort of volley, but with the inside of his foot, and it simply went directly to the hands of Marc-André ter Stegen. And I was going to say two substitutions have been made for Dynamo Kiev, but I'll tell them soon, right after this attack by Dynamo Kiev that was actually disarmed by Busquets, and now Barcelona are trying to go into the counter-attack. It's Oscar Mingueza who has a lot of space, and he plays it really well for Memphis, who is inside of the box, a good shot, but this time it's the defender Sirota who simply deflects the ball. It will be a corner kick for Barcelona. So after Dynamo were in a good position to go into the attack, and Busquets simply won it back for Barca, they went straight into a counter attack, and it almost resulted really well for Barca. I was going to say two substitutions have been made by Dynamo. Timchik was substituted on for the right back Ketsiora and Verbic for the Peña. So one defender and one attacker. And also, I think I saw just on the edge of the corner of my eye, I think Clement Lenglet was down on the ground, sitting down, and Araujo will be jumping on. So yet another player for Barca who was on the injury list will be coming on for Barca. Let's hope that they're not forcing anything for the young Uruguayan defender, as we see Clement Lenglet leaving the pitch. I think also a solid performance, right, Oliver? I wasn't expecting that sort of performance by Lenglet.
Lenglet is probably also one of the best players he's played recently. One of the best games he's played recently for Barcelona. Probably also one of the best ones at the pitch today. I'm surprised actually for this substitution because Eric Garcia. Well, both of them have a yellow card, so probably that's why. But yeah, Lenglet played a very good game. A couple of very good chances in the first half, and I think one also in this second. So yeah, very solid. His yellow card was very intelligent because he was cutting a counter attack that was very dangerous. So he was quite an asset for the team tonight.
Yep, a pleasant surprise for Barcelona.
Yeah,
Ronald Araujo is on the pitch for Barça. Um, we all know and we all love him because of his intensity and his physicality. And so right now it is throwing for Barcelona. As we saw, I think it was, I'm not quite sure who was actually going after Ansu Fati, but now Shaparenko is down on the ground as well. He's grabbing his right thigh, and I'm not sure if he will be substituted off. But yes, he will be substituted off, and I think it's Shepelev who is getting ready for the substitution. We also see, I think, Lietniev, who is getting ready to jump on the pitch. We'll see who substitutes him in the end, but Shaparenko will be leaving the pitch, and two substitution actually will take place. So Shaparenko will be leaving, as well as Buyalski, the number 10 player. So five substitution has been made by Dynamo Kyiv. Right now, two players have been substituted off: Shaparenko and Buyalski, and Shepelev and Lednev are on the pitch for Dynamo Kyiv.
yeah. That's well, yeah. It was the third window, but also it's like the fifth, fourth and fifth substitution. So that's the last move Luchescu is allowed to make in this game.
Yep. As you said, so Barcelona have to basically, if they want to use all their substitutions, Sergi Barjuan has to actually substitute all of the remaining substitution in just the following window, right?
Yeah, the three of them, yes, because we had Dembele and
I'm sorry to cut you off, Oliver, but right now it's Dynamo Kyiv who is inside of the box. An incredible save by Marc-André ter Stegen. It was, it was Sigankov who had an incredible shot with his left side, looking for the far post. But Marc-André ter Stegen saved it really well with his left arm. It was a faulty pass by Busquets, who was looking for Frenkie de Jong, and then simply Vitinho put the thrust on, and then went into the attack directly. And then Sigankov with an incredible shot looking for the far post. But nevertheless, it was Marc-André ter Stegen who denied him an incredible save just in a very short distance because Sigankov was already inside of the box and he was already celebrating basically. But Marc-André ter Stegen with an incredible save. Right now, Sidorchuk, who has the ball, and it's a foul for Dynamo Kyiv near the edge of the pitch, near the edge of the box. I'm sorry, I think it was Mingueza who fouled him, who fouled Vitinho, who was simply going to the attack and cutting back into the middle.
This kind of mistakes, what we said, that cannot happen.
Absolutely, these are kind of the plays that you can allow, and you can't even give them the opportunity because if they take him, even though it's just pure luck, it's a goal.
Yeah. And you're out, almost out,
And so it's an opportunity for Dynamo Kyiv to get back on the scoreboard and in leveling terms. It is 30 meters away. It's both Karev and Sigankov who are getting ready to take this free kick. I don't think they'll take it directly, but they will be looking probably for a cross or for a cross and probably for one of their taller teammates. Let's remember that both, basically all of the defenders of Dynamo Kyiv are basically just human towers. They're huge.
Yeah. Tall and strong.
Yeah, so they will be looking for them. It's Sigankov who will take it. Here comes the cross. It goes a little bit too high and too strong. Two players of one player of each team were down on the ground. I think it was Busquets for Barcelona. I'm not really sure who it was for Dynamo Kyiv, but they were asking both for a foul. I think it was Sirota and Busquets were down on the ground inside of the box. Busquets, using a lot of his intelligence and his experience, simply dragged him down a bit and then went down with him. A little bit of cheekiness by the captain of the Culés. Right now, it's at the feet of Ronald Araujo. He simply gets the ball away as far away as possible, not wanting to deal with any sort of pressure. It falls to the feet of Ansu Fati. He opens the pitch up to the left with Jordi Alba. As we look to the stats, 60% against 40% possession in favor of Barcelona, and quite a few shots now for Barça. I think 8 shots by Barça and 9 by Dynamo Kyiv. 4 and 4 on target for each team. And right now, it's Barca that once again have the control of the ball. We've almost reached the 85 minutes, so 5 minutes and change left in this match. Right now, it's Ousmane Dembélé. He opens it up to Frenkie Young on the left. Now Memphis, he plays it over to Nico.
Sorry to cut you, because there was a good, interesting statistic. Because as you mentioned, Dynamo Kyiv have a taller team than Barcelona by some way, but they haven't had a single corner tonight in 85 minutes. Barcelona had 7. Luckily for Barcelona, because that could have been very dangerous.
Nothing to deal with for Barça so far in the corner kick aspect. So a good statistic for Barça.
Yeah.
I think Sergi should make a substitution or two. Looking really quickly at the bench, Coutinho is still at the bench, as well as Emir, Ricky Puig, Luke de Jong, Alejandro Valde, Umtiti, and Dest. I think I would make a substitution possibly in the middle of the field. I don't know. Ricky Puig. I was just going to say, because he controls really well and he has an incredible final pass. But I'm not sure if it will actually be an opportunity or even a discussion at the bench right now at Barcelona. As we see actually Dynamo Kyiv that have the ball. Oh, we see a young player, Alejandro Valde. I think I saw getting ready to jump on the pitch. So we'll see who will be coming on, who he will be substituting.
Probably Memphis and play at the wing as he did last weekend.
Possibly. Right now, it's actually Karaev for Dynamo Kyiv, who's inside of the box. He plays it to the middle, but somehow Eddie Garcia wins it against a player of Dynamo Kyiv. And now it's Ousmane Dembélé who is trying to go into the counterattack. He is fouled this time. I'm not quite sure by who he was fouled. I think he was fouled by Shepelev, just going into the counterattack. And now Ousmane Dembélé is down on the ground and in pain. I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping that it's just a tactic to waste as much time as he can. And it was actually Lednev, who was in a good position inside, basically in the box, on the edge of the box, but Eddie Garcia won the duel against him. And we will see a substitution. And I think it will be Jordi Alba. I'm not sure if it will be Jordi Alba. No, it's Ansu Fati who will be leaving the pitch. So Ansu, the scorer of the goal, the hero of this story so far for Barcelona, will be substituted off. And Alejandro Valde will be coming on for him. One exciting prospect for the other. I don't know about you, Oliver, but I absolutely love Alex Valde. He brings a lot of intensity and a lot of dynamics for Barcelona.
Physically superior to any left back Barcelona has had recently. He's still very young, but he's strong. He's very intense, as you said. Also defensively, which sometimes we cannot say about Jordi Alba, but I'm sure he will come onto the pitch to either him be the defender and Alba play up front, or the other way around, but to have that kind of double wing back thing that it's a lot of teams do now in order to guard themselves better.
Yep. Right now it's actually Alejandro Valde who is basically playing in the attack. I think he is fouled. I think he committed a foul against a player of Dynamo Kyiv. He's looking around to asking what he did actually. As we see, Joan Laporta on just basically in a very high place of the stadium. He's looking down on his team, and right now we're just 88 minutes inside of the game, and we'll see how much time also is added on. Right now it's Dynamo Kyiv that have the ball. They play all the way back to Bushan. Bushan opens it up to Sirota. Sirota has a lot of time and space in front of him. He plays it to the middle of the field. This time it's Shepelev, and now he plays it back once again to his goalkeeper. And now Bushan simply decides to play it as far away as he can. It's false to Vitinho. And now a player of Barcelona is down on the ground in pain, but he gets up quickly. It's Busquets. Now Mingueza wins the 1v1 against Verbic. And now he tracks him back, and it will be a goal kick for Barcelona, an incredible defensive feat. I'm not sure if it will be a goal kick or a corner kick. If it is, yes, the first corner kick of the match for
Dynamo Kyiv.
For Dynamo Kyiv. And it will be Lednev who will be getting ready. They take it short. Here comes Lednev, a good cross, and it falls to the player of Dynamo Kyiv who's all alone. I believe I'm not sure who it was. I think it was the center back. Luckily for Barcelona, it was Sabarni. He was all alone in the second post. He hit it with the inside of his foot, but it was just a horrible attempt by the center back. Had it been the striker of Dynamo Kyiv, it would have been possibly a different story. But I think it was Nico Gonzalez who lost the coverage of the center back. Luckily for him, it was just a horrible attempt by the defender of Dynamo Kyiv.
Again, a defensive mistake, horrible mistake that allows a player to have a shot at the edge of the small box, of the 6-yard box. That should never happen in this situation. Barcelona could be even down on the scoreboard now with this and the one that Ter Stegen saved, but that started with a mistake in a pass by Busquets. Instead of winning, it could be easily down.
Yeah, I mean, these are kind of the mistakes that you don't actually expect Barcelona players to actually commit. But I think that's the story so far the past few seasons.
Yeah.
Right now, it's Dynamo Kyiv. They're trying to go into the attack through the left side. Once again, it's Oscar Minguez, who controls really well Verbic. Now it's the left back, Karaev, who has the throw in. He'll be looking for one of his teammates. He finds Vitinho. He's basically all alone. Now he simply can't control the ball well, and it goes out of the pitch, and it will be a goal kick for Barcelona. 5 minutes have been added on. A lot of time has been added on to the second half. Already 30 seconds of the first has been played. We'll have to see what else happens. I just want to say that also Ousmane Dembélé, I think, should be playing a little bit more centered rather than just on the wing because of his speed, because he's just an incredible speedster, and he should be a little bit more centered, I think, so that he can actually have a lot more space to go and run into it rather than just be locked up on the wing by the left back. As I was saying that, right now it's at the feet actually of Ousmane Dembélé. He cuts back into the middle. He tries to pass the ball all the way over to Alejandro Balde, but a player of Dynamo Kyiv simply intercepts the ball, and it will be a throw-in for Barça. And Oscar Mingueza takes his time, just trying to waste as much time as possible. He's looking for one of his teammates. He has Nico short, and he does play over to Nico. Now Nico plays it back to Busquets. And now Eddie Garcia, I think this is actually the first time in quite a few minutes actually Barcelona have control of the ball, and they aren't being pressured inside of their own half by Dynamo Kyiv. Right now, it's Memphis who is inside of the box. He has control of the ball. He plays it back to Frenkie. Frenkie's on the edge. He looks for one of his teammates. He cuts back a little bit into the middle. He plays it over to Nico. Nico controls it really well. He dribbles past the player. He plays it now back to Frenkie. Now Frenkie in turn plays it back to one of his center backs. Right now it's Ronald Araujo who has it. He plays it in front of him to Busquets. Now Mingueza. Once again, Araujo. Araujo plays it back to Ter Stegen as we reach the 2 minutes of the added time. 3 minutes remaining. Ter Stegen simply decides to play it as far away as he can. He finds Ousmane Dembélé with an incredible pass. Ousmane cuts back into the middle. He has quite a few options. He cuts back. He has Alejandro Balde. He plays him on. Now Balde with a good shot. I'm not sure if it was even close, but it was a good build-up by Barcelona. It went just a little bit wide of the goal, but a good solo play by Ousmane and almost a good shot by Alejandro Balde. And that's exactly the kind of speed that Ousmane Dembélé brings to the table for Barcelona, and that's the kind of danger that he can create all alone with open space in front of him.
A great chance, and it's very important to finish the plays when you go to the box and not lose the ball. If you try to attack, at least shoot, and then you can rearm defensively.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Barcelona is not being able to control the ball and try to kind of slow down the pace of the game. Rather the opposite. The game is now more hectic than it's been at any point previously.
Yep. Right now, it's once again Dynamo Kyiv that has the ball with a good throw-in. They take it short. Now it's the feet of Bushan. Bushan has a lot of space in front of him because no one is really pressuring him. He decides to take it long, looking for one of his teammates. He was looking for Karaev, the left back. He loses it to Mingueza. Now it's once again at the feet of a player of Dynamo Kyiv, but he's dispossessed by Busquets really quickly. And once again, Ousmane Dembélé with a lot of space in front of him. He's going against two. One of them is trying to track him down. He gets away. He almost got away from Sirota. Nevertheless, the center back stood tall and stood strong and simply dispossessed Ousmane really well. Now it's at the feet of Dirchuk. Now Dirchuk opens it up to Shepelev, and Shepelev was trying to find the right winger, Zigankov. Nevertheless, right now it's once again at the feet of a player of Barcelona. This time it's Frenkie de Jong. Now it's Memphis who has a little bit of time and space in front of him. He cuts back. He plays it back to Frenkie. A little bit of a Dutch connection there. We have reached the 4 minutes mark, and just a few seconds left. 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Once again, Barcelona have control of the ball with their center backs, and now they play it all the way back to Marc-André ter Stegen. Yet another update: Manchester United has scored another goal, and so they're drawing 2-2 with Atalanta. I'll tell you in a few minutes what that means for that group. Once again, Barcelona simply controlling the ball and controlling the tempo. They're slowing it all down. They're making the pitch as wide as they can. Vitinho's trying to pressure Araujo. Araujo uses his physicality with a lot of masterfulness. He plays it back to ter Stegen, and ter Stegen isn't being pressured at all. So right now, it seems that Barcelona will win this match after an incredible goal by Ansu Fati. And right now, they're just playing it. The referee is telling them to play it on, to continue playing, that the match hasn't ended yet. We have surpassed the 5-minute mark. The referee hasn't given any instruction yet. We'll have to see if this is where it ends. Marc-André ter Stegen takes it long, and Barcelona does win. Barcelona wins 1-0 against Dynamo Kyiv, and their hopes for Champions League still remain alive. Barcelona are still in the match and are still in the mix for this Champions League. We hate to see this much excitement for Barcelona just being trying to claw inside of the group phase, but Barcelona are still in the mix. And as things stand right now, Bayern Munich is leading with 12 points of 12 possible, with 15 plus goals in favor. They're a machine. Barcelona have 6 points to their name, and they just surpassed Benfica, that stays with 4 points and have dropped to the third position. So an incredible match, an incredible goal by Ansu Fati. What can you tell us, Oliver? What did you see? What is your analysis for this full time?
I mean, there's very little about Barcelona that stands out now. Luckily, it's been enough tonight, and this is the kind of victory that's crucial for the team to react morally and to try to go up from here, recover people that are injured, and then try to build some synergy. Probably a new coach will come in soon, and try to build something. It's gonna be very hard to get trophies this season. I don't see the Champions League, and the league is really hard, so it probably would be again the cup, but we will see. But at least it's one of those victories upon which you can build a lot of things. That's the most important thing tonight, not the game itself, because it was, I mean, very easily could have gone the other way. Barcelona would be essentially out of the Champions League.
Yeah. So Barcelona didn't have the brightest of matches. Nevertheless, they do win. One of those wins that, as you said, Oliver, just rounds up the morality for the team and actually shows them that they actually can win these critical matches. So Barcelona do win, and they are still alive, as we said before. The next match of Barcelona, I'll tell you in a second, is on Saturday against Celta de Vigo.
No?
Yep.
Yeah.
They visit Celta de Vigo, an incredible, always a very tough opponent. We'll see how they can, how they do. But so far at this point, good news and great news for Barcelona and all the culés around the world. Barcelona have won 1-0 thanks to Ansu Fati, an incredible goal. I told you and I promised you that I was going to tell you what that meant in the match of Manchester United and Atalanta. As things stand right now, Villarreal is on top with 7 points. Manchester United in second also with 7 points, and Atalanta in third with 5 points. So it's a very close call between all of the teams involved, basically. We'll have to see also how that pans out. And I think, Oliver, the next match in the Champions League for Barcelona is against Benfica, right? So the direct rival.
Exactly. And it's a crucial week for Barca the next one. Basically because, as you said, Barcelona is going to play Celta now. But afterwards, Benfica, well, there's this, sorry, now it's an international break after this weekend. But coming after the international break on the 20th of November, Barcelona host Espanyol in the local derby. And 3 days after that, Barcelona will host Benfica in the game you mentioned. That is going to be crucial. If Barcelona wins, whatever the score, they will qualify for the knockout round of the Champions League, which is also from a financial perspective essential for the club and for the team.
Yeah. As I was saying right at the beginning of this broadcast, basically all the reports are pointing at Xavi being the new head coach for Barcelona, and he will probably be the head coach of Barca in just 1 or 2 weeks, possibly. As always, if you want to keep up to date with everything about Barcelona, please be sure to check out blaugranagram.com. We do have articles related to Xavi and everything around it. I won't spoil everything, but please be sure to check out that page, and you will find quite a few articles. And also, well, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for supporting Blaugranagram, supporting our podcast. Please leave a like if you liked what you saw. Follow, subscribe, whatever you want. And thank you all for the support. And well, Oliver, I don't know if you have anything else to say before we sign off this time.
Let's hope for better times soon. That's all. We cannot be suffering every time like this, and well, our is a very much a smaller team. So let's hope for better times soon.
Yeah, let's hope for the best for Barcelona. So Barcelona have won. The hope keeps up for the Champions League. Next time they face Benfica in the Champions League, as Oliver said, a critical match, and also quite a few matches coming up for Barcelona that are crucial. Let's hope for the best. We'll bring you during the weekend the live coverage of the match against Celta de Vigo. Please be sure to tune in. And as always, thank you all for tuning in. Please keep safe.